So the book I wrote is called I Said This, You Heard That. It comes from decades of watching people miscommunicate. What I've really noticed though is most people that come in and talk to me, they're not being intentional. They're just speaking out of their temperament. So what I would ask people to do is pause. You really have to understand the words that you speak and the words you hear, and then be very aware of the other temperaments and learning to be fluent in those temperaments. But what we also do in communication is we listen to respond. And what I'm asking people to do is listen to understand. If you'll just take some time and take a pause and listen to understand the person that's standing in front of you, then you can choose words to lift them up according to their needs. And a lot of times the intentionality behind the words that you choose will take away the miscommunication. We have to remember that what we put in our hearts are going to pierce through. That's why God says, above all else, guard your heart. And he also says, what's built up in an evil man's heart, evil will come, and from a good man's heart, good will come. There's just scripture after scripture about protecting your heart because it is the wellspring of life, and that's where words will come from. So again, we have to be very careful with self-talk to make sure that we are honoring who God designed us to be, that we are really staying in the strengths of our temperament so that we can stay in a place where we can pause when we're talking to another person and check what we've put in our heart. We really want to be careful of going into our weaknesses and being judgmental or critical or bossy or untrusting to somebody right out of the gate, because that's in our flesh. And what we're trying to do is move from selfishness to servitude. Each of the temperaments share selfishness, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to be servants to other people. What we want to do is when we speak to them, we want to pause. We want to say life words that build them up according to their needs, so that when we walk away from that person, they feel more loved and understood. So it is first checking our heart. What are we doing and saying to ourselves? Because you can't give what you don't have. So there is a part where you have to understand your own wiring, your own strengths, and really grow in that so that you have something to give another person.